What's up, Slingshot Audio Garage? This is In the Lab podcast number 19. I am Johnathan Taylor, and also we have Ted Hernandez, our technical guru, but he's going to be behind the scenes from then on here on out. He decided he was going to let somebody with full head of hair take over. So I have Paula with me, and hopefully he won't delete me from the screen while we talk. How's it going, Paula?
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Very happy to be on here every Monday now.
I know, right? It's like, and Ted said he was going to double your salary of $0. So
he said triple.
I
have it in writing. Triple salary.
I'm not even getting triple, so you're pretty lucky. You're definitely lucky there. So today's guest is we have Jarrell Armour with Armour Custom Works. And I guess we'll have Ted bring him on, and we were going to chat about some stuff beforehand. But one thing real quick though. Let's talk about our Slingshot Sound Spot podcast. Did I say that right?
Slingshot Sound Spot podcast.
Okay. I think I thought I said it right. I was like, let me make sure because that's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're on Sundays after if they have events or have shows, they try to do it. So I guess not next Sunday because there's no events,
right?
But they'll do the Sunday after. So Rob and TJ, they do little podcasts, and it's really cool. It's a good podcast. Like they make me want to do a better job because like they're good. Like they're just naturally talk and it's put together well. It's produced. Like Ted is behind the scenes making magic happen. So
yeah, I love the like how they have the standings of everyone. It just makes it very easy to see, visually to just.
Yeah. They do a good job of that. So let's bring on Jarrell Armour with Armour Custom Works. He's a longtime nemesis of mine, and but really good guy. How's it going, Jarrell?
Hey, what's going on, Johnathan? Paula, how y'all doing today?
Hi.
Yeah, good. So I guess we'll start off with what got you into audio? Was it car audio? Was it just like your own stuff? Or let's start from the beginning. Like, let's give the people a history of Jarrell and how it became, Animal and Jarrell Armour and Armour Custom Works. Let's start from the beginning.
So I got into car audio a little bit in high school. I, like everybody, kind of tinker around a little bit, didn't know how to run wires, didn't know what I was doing. Trying to hook up a speaker box, no amp, just hook it directly up to the radio.
Yeah,
we all made the same mistakes.
That's how you do it.
To it then, I joined the military in '93, U.S. Army. Once I got stationed around the world a little bit, got more into it. When I got stationed in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Fort Bragg, I got a part-time job at Circuit City. So I started in sales and audio first in Circuit City. And then I got into install. So I was doing alarms, sound systems, everything you could do, back then. And it just grew from there, man. I started doing my own installs, started with DB contests. I remember now we're talking 2001, somewhere around there. So hitting 149 decibels with 212 was like crazy.
Yeah, that was insane. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. And then I started riding motorcycles, and I combined them. And I started doing LEDs on motorcycles. I rode with Rough Riders in North Carolina for a while. Built custom bikes. My bikes have been in magazines. Started putting audio on motorcycles. I'm talking about sports bikes, not even Harleys or anything. Putting audio on them, and then it just grew from there, man. Once I saw the Slingshot, I started thinking about different things you could do with the Slingshot. To be honest with you, I didn't like them when I saw them. I didn't like the shape of them, the body style, or anything like that. And I was just like, maybe not.
Yeah.
And then a buddy of mine from North Carolina, Jason, he bought one. And we were in Myrtle Beach one year. He said, "Hey, man, take it for a ride." I took it for a ride, and that was a mistake.
Yep.
We were at the dealership the next week.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is I ordered a base model because in my head I already knew, some of the things I wanted to do. So I ordered a base model, no radio, no sound system, no nothing. I had, if you remember, they had a recall on the swing arm back in 2017.
Yep.
I had to wait probably about 3 months on mine. While I was waiting those 3 months, I had boxes from Amazon just stacked up in the corner waiting for my Slingshot to get here. And once it got here, man, it was on from there. I started working on mine, started working on others. But, a lot of my experience came from working in Circuit City and making a lot of mistakes, blowing up a lot of stuff, catching a lot of stuff on fire. And you know how we did.
Yeah. No, that's the best answer, man, because so many people are all like, that you proud to admit that they weren't always as good as they are today. And that's okay. Like you have to grow into being a badass. Like you don't just like, oh, I've been doing this forever and I'm just good. No, man, you started out sorry. And that's how, hey, I like when people admit that shit, because that's true. Like that's honesty at its finest, because so many people, hate to say that, but you got to be honest. If you never screwed a hole into a sub, putting it in.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you ever really installed subs, or speakers? I mean,
hey, door speakers in a car were the worst. Yeah. I can't tell you how many screws or drill bits I put through defective speakers.
Yeah. Straight out of the box with a hole in it. It was crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like 2 days before Sling Experience, I'm putting subs in a customer Slingshot, and it's going to be the big monster, like DS18 subs, and they're like 70 pounds each, and screwed a hole right through it, like son of a bitch. I'm like, clear nail polish, that thing's gonna work. Like,
yep. Can't tell you how many times I've burnt my hand snatching out wires that caught on fire.
Yes. Yep. In my driveway, I've done that multiple times, like 30 years ago. But yes, that's happened.
Same. All the installs that I do.
Well,
Jump in, Paula, tell us about it.
Right. Now we have YouTube University now, so it's hard to make too many mistakes nowadays.
Yeah.
I just hate when you get on there and you see somebody installing the wrong way. I just be like, delete.
I know. It's like, man, and I see so many things and comments and posts where it's like, I want to help, but I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
Like,
right.
Think you know it all and blah blah. I don't want to be that guy, but it's like, that shit looks horrible, man. You should, take it all out and start over. But I'm not gonna be that guy, But
hey, I see you. Let me say what's up to King Lazy King. I'm sorry. Heard he had an awesome show this weekend. I see he's watching. We've chatted a little bit, so just want to say what's up to him. Good to hear from you again, man.
Oh yeah, and I know it's hard to draw a crowd, and different parts of the country. It's different. Like you say, you're gonna have an event in Texas, and it's going to be probably a big event. I mean, it's Texas or Florida is huge, so to be able to draw more than 40 plus Slingshots to an event, that's going to be badass. And that's what people forget also. It doesn't mean that all of them aren't going to be 300 Slingshots. That's not real. Like that's not the real world. So having a great turnout
you got to break the ice somewhere sometimes. So
that's true. That's exactly right.
I think that was a great starting point for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, for a first event to have, I think I saw somewhere it was like 75, 80 Slingshots. That's pretty good.
Good stuff. Yeah, I saw Rob cleaned up out there. He don't want that smoke, man. Rob don't want that smoke.
Yeah. Rob's got a beast, man. He plays that shit. I love it. Like
he plays it. He plays it hard, man. When he came to Jacksonville, he played the mess out that bike, man. It was crazy. Yeah. Even Friday night at the meet and greet, I'm like, dude, calm down. You have to play tomorrow.
No, he's gonna play that shit. I'm like, dude, like that's. I like it because nobody plays their Slingshot until like Saturday at 3. Like, I don't want to show you what I got. I'm like, man, play that shit, And Rob's like, I'll play, and the shit, he don't give a shit.
Yeah, hey, snow hollering Duval. Yeah, but I've learned the hard way not to play too hard on Friday.
Yeah.
Several times.
Yeah. Don't be trying to say that's your excuse for losing in Louisiana.
Oh, my 1L.
You knew I was going to bring that shit up. So,
so for you all that don't know, me and Johnathan Taylor have been doing this a long time. Like when I say OGs, like I feel like we the OG. Me, you, what I'm trying to say? Little Bully, Bumblebee. You know, we all were. It was only maybe 5 or 6 real featherweights back then, man.
Yep.
And we
that's like I had my hit list. It was Elizabeth, Jarrell, Little Bully, and somebody else. And there was like, so I was like, okay, I got Elizabeth, then I got Jarrell, and I haven't been able to play Little Bully yet. So it's like I got one more to prove, and it's just to myself. Like I don't.
No matter how long it takes, as long as you get the one, right?
I just need to prove it to me because I drove from McAllen, Texas, to Tampa one year, and it was like 23 hours in the Slingshot by myself. And I remember I lost a Little Bully, and I'm like, my shit sounded better. But hey, I'm not a judge.
You know, we all do that. We all do that.
His was good. I'm not gonna lie. It was really good. But so it's like, all right, now I have to beat him, and then you beat me in Florida SS Takeover like in 2020, and I'm like, man, you shouldn't have won. But okay,
that was King of the Hill too. I had to play like 11 times.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad I didn't win. I think I drew first. I had to go against you like the first round.
I think the very first round. Yep.
I'm like, really? So. Yeah. So then I remember, maybe that was 21, because then the next year we played in Louisiana.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, your bike sounded amazing in Louisiana, man. It definitely made me rethink some things. And right now, I feel like I got a great formula. I've built probably 3 or 4 competitive featherweights, and every time, I mean, all of them make it, through the first round. Some of them made it to finals. One of them has actually been probably the only legit. Let me rephrase. One of them has beat Lemon Drop in a legit sound competition. No clip, no nothing. So I was real happy about that. I love building featherweights. It's my thing. And I love the fact that I can make them sound the way they sound with all the speakers being interior.
Yeah.
That's a really good selling point for me, because a lot of people, they don't want, speakers on the outside. They don't want fender pods.
Yep.
So I tried to build something that would give customers an opportunity to say, hey, I can ride and still look like a Slingshot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. And I remember telling everybody, like, they need to build a featherweight and just play it. Like, go to a show, play every weight class, just to play it and show off what you can do. And it's good to see, when people do that, and it does. It shows your skill and what you can do. It's not just it's not just sound. I mean, it definitely, you can only do so much, because then it turns into the competitor, the player, the phone, the volume control, the song list. It's
all. What a lot of people don't realize too on their phone is phones have EQs built in them as well.
Yeah.
I play it and my EQ's on, let's say, treble boost, and you play it and your EQ's on bass boost, you're gonna get a difference there.
Yep.
So a lot of people don't realize there's an EQ built in your phone that can change the sound as well. We got a few people saying hello. We got TJ being funny about my internet, but I'm gonna ignore that. We got a whole bunch of people on here saying what's up. Hey, another thing, let me bring up too, man. Look, while we're talking about people just getting out there and taking a chance, the amateur contest is out there for that. The shows
I love that you do that, by the way.
What's that?
I love that you do that. The first time I saw that was it Tampa? I think. Last year, I think. Yeah, the amateur.
So all the shows, and the amateur rules are real simple. And let me say this. If we have more people that want to participate in an amateur show, we can kind of break up the speaker count. And what I say about that is, right now, because we only have maybe 5 amateurs that get in, it's every man for himself. Yeah. Let's say we have maybe 10, we'll be able to break up the speaker count to maybe, 5 speakers to 10 speakers, and then 10 speakers plus. So that's just to encourage anybody that's watching that scared to get into the ring, but on Friday night when we have the amateur contest, get in there, do what you do. You never know.
Yeah. And I've never technically I've never won an SS takeover belt, so I should compete in amateur next time.
No, bro. You're such a pro. You're past pro. You're like legend.
Technically, I haven't never won an SS takeover belt.
Really? But you have
I got one in St. Louis because Lil Bully was late, so that don't count. So I won by default because my alarm was set. But yeah, it's that is good though, because I think it gets the fun of the audio competition gets lost in the seriousness,
right.
and people getting all, and I understand. I mean, nobody wants to lose. Nobody can cope. Not everybody can cope with that shit. It hurts them. But me and Paula are going to battle in the amateur class next time.
The last show, the show we had here in Jacksonville in April, man, it was so nice. The weather was great. The amateur, the meet and greet. Let me tell y'all, the hotel was like directly across the street from the meet and greet, so it was amazing. Everybody could either park at the hotel, bring their bike over to the meet and greet, the amateur contest. It was fun, man. Everybody that had a decent system got in there. They weren't afraid. It was just a lot of fun. The restaurant even had a signature drink called the Slingshot they made for us. It was
nice.
And they charged us only $3.50 for it, so that was even better.
That's cool. Yeah.
We're gonna do it again in November. So November 1st and 2nd, we're calling it the Duval 3-Wheel Classic. So November 1st and 2nd, make sure y'all make your way to Jacksonville. The flyers will be coming soon. And we're going to do it all over again, man. We're going to have a good time. Everybody's still talking about the after party, the all-white after party. We had a blast. So we're going to do it again. We're going to do a little different theme this time probably. But it was just a good time, man. It was a great time.
Since it's so close to Halloween, maybe you should do instead of an all-white party, something like that.
But let me tell you something. I don't know if for you all that aren't familiar with Jacksonville, around that weekend they have what they call Florida-Georgia weekend. So Florida plays Georgia that weekend. So it's going to be slam-packed. So we're thinking about maybe doing a jersey thing. So you come into the party with your favorite jersey on. Might be a cash prize for the best dress. We'll see.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I remember watching a live. I think it was, I don't remember who was the live, but I saw Rob, not in white, in his all blue, whatever slingshot outfit with his blue shoes, standing out like a sore thumb in this all white party, doing one of the slides. And I just thought that was hilarious.
Hey, he had a good time. We enjoyed Rob the whole weekend, man. Rob is such a good spirit, man. He said
he came in white. He was white.
He did. Oh, he said that was his all white. He was
perfect.
From the dance moves, it was obvious,
Yes.
We do that.
But yeah, we're gonna run it back. And since we're on the subject of events, you all mind if I talk about a few events coming up?
No, go ahead.
All right. So the first event I'd like to discuss is Gotham City. I've been asked to host the Slingshot portion of Gotham City this year. It's going to be at the end of September. I believe it's September 26th weekend. It's not going to be at the Dunn Benson track this year. This year it's going to be at Darlington Speedway or Darlington Raceway, Dragway. Yeah, I'm sorry. Darlington Dragway. So it's going to be a huge event. Of course, there are going to be a lot of motorcycles there. They're going to be drag racing. They're going to be doing the sound systems. And we're going to have the Slingshots out there as well, doing everything we do.
Nice.
So it's going to be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type weekend again. Armour Custom Works will be hosting the Slingshot portion of that.
Nice.
And then again, like I said, November 1st and 2nd, we'll be back in Duval. Jacksonville going to run it back. We're going to have a great time again. Full weekend again planned for everybody. A Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday a lot of people have to leave and get back out of town, so Sundays are kind of hard to do. But we'll see if we can't plan something for Sunday morning for everybody. The North Carolina folks got us in trouble last time. I mean, it was good trouble though. It was hilarious because the host hotel. So what was it? Saturday, all of a sudden there's posters all up over the hotel that says quiet hours are from 10 p.m. to 9 a.m.
That's perfect.
They had them on the elevator, every window, every entrance. They had them on the coolers with the water. It was crazy.
That's great.
We had a good time though, man. Everybody had a great time. So again, those are the two big events Armour Custom Works will be participating in this year. Next year, we're looking forward to a lot of great events as well. We're going to be stepping out and trying to do a few events in some areas that aren't used to a whole lot of slingshots, but like to party. So we're going to bring the slingshot to them and let them show us how to party.
Yeah. That's how you do it, man. You just show up and be like, what do y'all do here?
Right.
Yeah. That's why I let other people put on the SS22, the Dallas show coming up. It's like, I don't party. I work here. So it's like, I'm gonna let other people show you where to party. Just everybody show up and it's gonna be a good time.
I can't wait. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a good event.
I see Black Mamba on here. Hey, Black Mamba.
Oh yeah,
she came all the way from Texas to support us in our event back in April, man. Amazing sounding bike. Great people, her and her husband, man. They came and partied with us. We had a great time.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of people in the comments, actually.
I see it's blowing up.
It is.
Look, for everybody to say, hey, Animal, hey, guys, I'm trying to look at the podcast and look at the side and read everything.
I know. Just so y'all know, Baby Smoke is in the building.
Yeah, just in case anybody didn't notice.
Anybody didn't realize he is in the building. Just so you know. It's crazy.
He's also saying that I guess he was in YouTube. Sometimes we have a lot of people on YouTube. Sometimes we have a lot more people on Facebook, and the party just goes back and forth in the comments. Like, you guys have your own party in the comments.
Yeah, I see White Lotus on too. What's going on, my friend? Another fellow service member there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So tell us about your lights, man. Let's go there. Let's talk about.
Yes.
I would love to. So
let's talk about the lights.
Yeah. So a buddy of mine, business partner, Jason Simmons, Big Sim. Y'all know him as Big Sim Designer from Virginia. Him and I decided to collaborate on a light kit. We saw a need for an affordable light kit, a reliable light kit, and I'm very particular about wiring. So we wanted something that was very, very clean. So those were our three objectives: to have something affordable, reliable, and a clean install. So we took several months, developed what we thought was an amazing light kit. He actually flew down here. We did a couple of installs together. We dissected it. We figured out the best way to route the wiring. We figured out the best controller to use, and we came up with the Big Animal kit. So Big being Big Sam's and Animal being myself, of course. So it is a 30-piece kit. It includes wheel rings, 4 rows of wheel lights on each, 4 rows of lights on each wheel ring. You get underglow, upper hood, lower brow, a whole gang of lights. Plus they're tinted, so they blend in with most bikes. You don't have that white pixel you see. Comes with 8 zones, capable of 8 zones. When we install, we only actually use 6 of them. So it leaves you 2 more zones to play with if you want to add different things. For instance, my bike, I light up all my speaker rings. So zone 7, I use for speaker rings, and it's an amazing kit, man. Myself and Sims, we install it for $2,900 installed. So amazing price,
the lights and everything, and the wheel rings.
Everything, plus lifetime warranty. And I tell everybody, it's not just about what you see; it's about what you don't see as well. So when you lift the hood of your bike, everything's still going to look stock underneath that hood. You're not going to have a lot of spaghetti going on. It's a super clean install. We have actually taken on a few dealers across the country. So we do have a few dealers across the country that have come in, got proper training, or we've traveled to them, got proper training on how to install our kits. And now they're installing kits in their areas. And for the record, we do travel. A few months ago, we traveled to South Carolina. We had about 6 bikes lined up that wanted the kit. So we decided we'd make a conscious effort to go and travel to these guys, just provide us a clean space to work in. We sat there over the weekend, installed 6 kits, and trained some people while we were there. And that's how we're doing it, man. It's a great kit. I mean, it looks clean. It follows all the body lines. It's not gaudy. You can add onto it if you choose to, but for $2,900, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
And it also includes the brake trigger. So when you hit your brakes, whatever zones you want to turn red. If you want the whole bike to turn red when you hit the brakes, you can do that. And then, of course, it does the turn signals as well on the hood.
Nice.
What's the next show that you're going to be doing this install at?
So
I think Memphis Madness, right?
Yep, we are actually going to be vendors at Memphis Madness. So if you want to get the big animal kit, contact me prior to us getting there. That way I can go ahead and set you up an appointment. Now, once we get there, we can't control who comes in. So I don't want anybody being like, man, I couldn't get in, because it's probably going to be crazy busy out there. But I would love to get everybody a big animal kit. Again, tinted 30-piece kit, lifetime warranty on everything. Now, if you go out there and tear your kit up, I mean, you might have to pay for the strips, but if anything goes wrong, technically, we're going to cover all of that.
Yep.
That's awesome. Is that the only show? Sorry.
Sorry.
Is that the only show that you're going to be doing installs at? Right now, that's a free show with
installs. But like I mentioned before, we will travel. If you have 4 or more people that want to install in your area, we'll come to you. I'm actually flying to California this week to do a few installs plus a featherweight competition bike. We're flying out there, me and Sims together. We're flying out there. We're going to be doing some installs, and we're going to be building a competition bike. California is eager to learn more about what we're doing on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Not to say that they're behind, but they're not doing what we do on the East Coast or in Texas quite yet. You know, so we're going to go out there, give them a little taste of what 7 speakers can do, and go from there.
Oh yeah. That's always an eye opener whenever you demo your Slingshot. Or I know when you demo yours, or when I demo mine, they're like, "How many are you shitting?"
Yeah, right.
I mean, now you can't even that's not a real example of what you may or may not be able to afford. I mean, I got way too much money in that shit, but
right.
But still, you make an affordable system. Like you put together different levels of a featherweight.
Yeah. And I have what I try to do is I offer customers, 3 basic packages that are stepping stones, I should say. Like the first package is 4 speakers and a sub. Second package will be 6 speakers and a sub, and then your third package is a competition featherweight.
Yeah.
And I don't want to mention the price that I do the competition featherweight, but it's affordable. And you can get in there, you can compete and play.
Yep. Yeah.
Real quick, Jimmy asked about us being a vendor this week at a show. Unfortunately, Jimmy, like I said, I'm flying to California this week, so won't be able to make it to DC show to be a vendor, but I do appreciate the opportunity. But again, like I said, if anybody's out there and they've got several people in their area, you all put it together for me. Give me at least four slingshots. We'll talk business, and I'll come to you, even if we got to fly.
Nice. That's customer service right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trying to build a brand and trying to build a business. And while we're on that subject, we also have power mirrors. So if you all haven't seen the power mirrors for the Slingshot, they're amazing. They increase your view by probably a good 50%. I have them on my bike. Of course, Big Sims came up with the concept. We've got a lot of them out there on the market now. And they work just like car mirrors. They still fit your regular Slingshot bolt. We power them up. You have the little switch that runs, how you can switch left or right and adjust them. They're great if you share a Slingshot with your wife or spouse. You know how you always got to reach over and try to push the mirror. Then you push it too far and it doesn't want to come back. So these are power mirrors. They work awesome.
Yeah, I like that. I saw that and I was like, man, I've been telling people that the mirrors suck on the Slingshot. Like, it's the only mod no one has done. I'm surprised Zarate hasn't made 50 different versions of a mirror, or anybody, because everyone has the same mirror. And I'm like, there's some money right there. And all of a sudden, Big Sims mirror. I'm like, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
like,
we got them.
Yep. It made perfect sense. That's good. That's smart.
How much are the pair?
They run $1,000 for everything painted. And of course, if we're on site, we'll install them for you. It's a very easy install, but they run $1,000 a pair painted. Unpainted, I think they run about $800.
Oh wow,
nice,
good price. Yeah, I saw on again, Rob. We keep bringing this guy up. Who is this guy? This is so famous.
That Rob guy? Yeah.
That Rob guy. I don't know. Some guy, he's got a podcast too on Sundays. But
Right.
no, I saw them on his slingshot too. They're pretty cool.
Hey, we actually went to a Pittsburgh game last year and hung out with Rob a little bit. So it was very hospitable. Picked us up from the airport. Took us to the game and everything. Rob is a great dude, man. I think he just had a daughter get married and a daughter graduate.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. I seen like his whole family surprised him at an event or something this weekend.
In
Yeah.
Ohio, yeah. And
Uh-huh.
I saw somebody commented, damn, you gotta have more kids for all those belts that you have. Because he posted a picture of like the kids holding the belts.
Yeah, he's
Great.
up. So in the future, like I see a lot of people posting. So in the future, if you are interested in Armour Custom Works and Big Sims Design coming out and being a vendor at your show, just let us know. We'll look at the calendar and see if we can set it up. We'll be happy to come out. Like I said, our biggest thing was to offer an affordable and reliable and clean LED kit for the Slingshot community. I know things can get very pricey, so wanted to give something back to the community.
Yeah, and it's all subject to likes and dislikes and then opinions. I mean, at one point, I'm not gonna say they all become the same because they don't. Like they are different, and it turns into who you're buying it from, why they're really selling it, and then then when they stand behind their product,
Right.
if it's never a problem. Now, like you said earlier, if you got a big rock chip in the light in the front air dam or in the front of your grill, okay, man, that was damaged, and we can't really cover that. Like
Right.
that broke, or where you put it on the side and you're getting in and out of it and you broke the strip.
Yep.
That is not warranty, or you ran over this shit because you ran over everything on your slingshot. You've been bottoming out since day one, and now the bottom don't work.
Yep.
That shit's not warranty, man. Come on. And it's hard for a company to say that without coming across as being a dick, or they don't want to take care of you. I'm like, but what's the real story? Did they just tell you to piss off, or did your shit get ripped off underneath, your whole wheel light's hanging off because you hit a bag going down the freeway at 80?
Yeah.
And that happens. So it's like, if people are a little more honest, then they can get a real judge of, okay, how did the company really treat you? Did they really tell you to piss off, or did you really have way more problems than what you said you had? And I think it's a two-way street. I wish people would be a little more forthcoming about the truth, because I can't imagine there's that many vendors out there that are just shitty to people.
Right.
And I know you're not. I mean, I know you personally, not just as a business or a guy on a podcast. So, and I know you're not that guy, and that's good. That's what it all comes down to, man. Is just being real and standing behind your product and being honest, like what you can and can't do. That's important.
And even with the replacements, we're not trying to beat anybody over the head. We make everything affordable for everybody. I mean, you've already put 25 plus into a toy.
Yes.
So we want to make everything affordable for everybody and still look good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's never ending.
Oh,
should
no.
Stopped many years ago.
No. Ask my wife. Oh, I just want this, and this. Yeah. 6 months later, I think I want to add this, and maybe we can do this. And
yeah. Well, I remember when you were doing your slingshot. We were talking one day, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get my wife a slingshot." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Now, look,
don't go down that. Don't do it. And then
here's the things we didn't think about. Another slingshot means a bigger trailer.
Yeah.
A bigger truck.
Exactly.
More gas. We didn't think about all of that.
And then having to battle each other. That was amazing.
Oh, we love doing that. We do that.
That was amazing. I love that.
We do it all the time, man. We just like to have a good time. I like the I think in Biloxi we did, team battles, spouses, team battles, and we always have a good time with it. It's funny because I built them both, so it's like either way I win.
That's true. And talking about Cynthia, is she there? Right there
She is
next
here.
to you?
Do you want to? She says she don't want to slide over here.
Okay,
She
but
got
we can
rolling.
hear her. We see her in the comments too. I see her in the comments. But
There she
I
is.
just have to bring something up for people that don't know. So when I first got my slingshot, there she is. When I first got my slingshot, I was like, I need like something, but I didn't like the clothes Polaris was making. They were whack. They weren't like personalized. And then I found Cynthia on Facebook. And this shirt right here is, you said what, like 5-6 years ago or something like that is when you made this shirt?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it was this, and then like one with lime green and like a tank top. I think I ordered like 3 or 4, and then some for Ron. And it was like my outfit for the day every time I wore, I drove the Slingshot. And your company is called Personalities, and I just love that. And it's still in like the same condition from when I got it.
Great quality stuff. So plug Cynthia again, Personalities. She makes a lot of my work shirts. We do also have, believe it or not, a lot of people have been asking for Armour custom work shirts. So we eventually had to start making some. So we do have some Armour custom work shirts for sale. Got our little slogan on there, stay relevant. So these are for sale. If you want some, we have all colors. We also have our signature LED sunglasses, or
You put those on?
oh yeah,
Oh, they're clear, so you can drive with the.
at night. They're awesome at night. They have 3 different modes on them, and we have all different colors. So if you want different colors, we have white, pink, clear, red, everything. And the most important part of them, of course, they say Armour customers on them. So.
Perfect. Yep.
I like that.
So
That means they're
What are you
winners.
selling those for?
these are 15 plus shipping. So if you want these, let us know. The shirts are 20 plus shipping. And then we have another shirt coming out really soon. I'm gonna kill Facebook with that one. Once it hits the market, you all will see that one. That's gonna be an amazing shirt.
Nice.
Let me say hey to a few people real quick that are on here. Ingrid Slingwana 305. Let's see. Got Henry, Pandemic out of Texas.
Yep.
Saw Roe this weekend, heard his bike this weekend. Amazing sounding bike. Great rebuild. I know they're still not quite finished with it, but it's bananas. Got to see TJ this weekend again. Haven't seen TJ in a while, so got to see him. That's cool. But again, thanks for everybody that's on the podcast. Took out the time of their evening to come watch us, watch me, give me a little love. So I've been actually doing this just a little over a year now, full time.
Yeah.
Your anniversary in April, so business is really good. I'm enjoying myself.
That's good, man. That's real good. I remember we had the conversation. Before you open, you're like, man, I'm opening a shop, and I'm like, dude, that's exciting, bro. And then save your money, because you get excited. You're like, hell yeah, I got all these jobs coming in, and then you're like, shit, I got all these bills to pay, and you're like, well, I didn't make no money, And so,
man, look, you are talking exactly what I'm saying every day. But
yeah.
I will say this, man. God is amazing and puts the right people at the right time. Because every time I start getting just a little discouraged about jobs or what's not happening, boom, it hits. Somebody's like, I want a competitive featherweight right now. I'm like, okay, I can do it in 3 days. So it's like, let's do it right now.
Yep.
So it always happens to where, like I say, God puts the right people in your path at the right time. So it's been a good year. It's been a good year so far.
Yeah, I'm a true believer in chance favors the prepared. Like you prepared enough to to have what you need ready to go, and what you can do and how you can do it, and you have a clear vision on what you do, why you do it, and how you do it. Dude, it's easy. It's not even, and it just works out. Like it seems like, oh, you're just so lucky. I'm like, no, I'm prepared to make it happen. Like this is.
Right.
It's gonna work because there's no other way it can go. It's gonna work,
and customer service is important because like we've all dealt with bad customer service.
Yeah.
And customer service is really important to me. I tell a lot of my customers, I'm a one-man shop and I get a lot of phone calls during the day. And I'm like, look, do you mind if I call you in the evening? That's when I wind down, I go back, check all my messages, try to text people back, try to get orders in. So, you always want to reach back out to people that have reached out to you for help.
Yep.
I've had people tell me, thank you for talking to me for 20 minutes on how to install this or how to do that. I think too many people are like, I don't know, keeping secrets. It's like the more you inform people, the more they trust you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't mind walking you through something. Now I'm not going to sit here on FaceTime and show you how to do a full install, but I don't want them, giving you some advice and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. That Ted and them's on our group chat talking about. They said, "Hey, just pull Paula and JT off the screen and let Jarrell run with it because you're just handling it. Like you're going through the comments, you're just explaining it yourself. Like Ted's like, just pull." Or
don't do it like
he texts me like, "Hey, interact with the people in the comments." I don't have to. Jarrell's got this.
Yeah, don't do that to me, y'all.
I'm just sitting here like.
I'm like, I thought he was on our group chat for a minute. I'm like, what the hell? How's he going?
Right here.
But I got the phone sitting next to me, so I'm kind of trying to see people that are saying things. We just had Bumblebee come in. Heard Bumblebee's bike this weekend. Bumblebee got a new trailer too. I saw that trailer, Bumblebee. Darn slick. But his bike sounds really, really good. I'll say this, man. He had his playlist together this weekend, and he gave everybody a run for their money this weekend.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't heard it since it's been a middleweight, right? It's a middleweight?
Yeah, it's a middleweight now.
Yeah. I haven't heard it since then. I heard him in Virginia Beach. You beat me in Virginia Beach, and then I think he beat you.
He won Virginia Beach, yeah.
He won that one. And I convinced myself that I'm glad I didn't win because I didn't want a pink belt. That's how when I was driving, when I was driving 19 hours home, I was like, I'm glad I didn't win.
Hey, let me tell you what happened in Virginia Beach, man. So only a couple people know this story. So was that Virginia? Yeah, that was Charlotte. Yeah, so in Charlotte, man, we're at the hotel. We're downtown. I got my joint blasting. I'm showing off downtown. It's echoing out the building, so it sounds like 10 times louder.
Yep.
It's just like, hey, you better calm down. We're on the way to the show. Sure enough, headrest speaker goes out. I'm like, are you serious? So I ride to the show with one of my buddies. I'm like, hey, man, I hate to do this to you, but I got to pull one of your headrest speakers out. So I went in there with mismatched speakers in Charlotte and pulled the win out.
Perfect.
Right after the show, I had to pull it out and put it back in his headrest pod. So, yeah, now on my way to shows, I barely even play my sound system. I might not even turn it on some of the time.
That's awesome, though. But that's the things you learn, and that sounds silly, but like in Virginia Beach, my Bluetooth, for some reason, wasn't syncing up because I played my Slingshot for Bumblebee, and he's like, holy shit, man, I don't know if I have a chance. I'm like, because mine was sounding good. And then when I hit play against you, I was like, what the fuck? It was like weird. It was not playing right. And then, so I lose. And then I play in lightweight, and they're like, what the hell? Yeah. Why didn't you play like that? I'm like,
exactly. I remember that. Yep.
I don't even know. And so now every time before, I delete my Bluetooth and resync it up. Like immediately, like before I compete, I like a fresh sync on my Bluetooth. I delete it off the radio, delete it off my phone, resync it, make sure it plays, and then I'm ready. Because for some reason it just wasn't. It was muffled. It made no sense, and I never had that happen before, and it just happened. So now it's like, that's one thing I do every time. It's stupid, but that's what I learned.
That's a good tip. So we just had Mr. Darren Smith, a.k.a. Can't Get Right, out of Florence, South Carolina. Just get on. His birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday, Mr. Smith.
Happy birthday.
Nice.
Yeah, you got this. I'm just hanging out right now.
Nah, don't do that to me.
Right?
I'm just seeing people that's hopping on.
No, I love that, though, because sometimes when you have a guest that just sits there, like, just answers, yes or no questions. It's like,
I know, I'm like,
teeth, but with you, this is so easy.
Podcast with our host Jarrell Armour. Jarrell, what do you want us to say?
Oh my God, really? Hey, speaking of what, real quick though, hey, I saw Jack just come in and type hello. So what's going on, Jack?
Oh, Jack.
I'm just talking.
No, and Miss Cynthia, she's in the comments too. I mean, and
I know,
we hear you laughing in the background too.
She's over here just laughing. So on the Bluetooth thing though, Johnathan, one thing I've learned recently, and I'm learning stuff every day. When you're pulling these Slingshots apart and getting new equipment in and learning things. I wasn't a fan of playing through Bluetooth through your DSP, but for people that want to keep their factory radio, it's actually a plus, especially with I think one of the reasons I really wasn't happy about it because you're still using the volume button on your factory radio, and we all know that volume button sucks on the factory radio.
Mm-hmm.
But the Dayton DSP comes with a wired controller that has
Oh,
a knob for
that's
the
cool.
volume,
Yeah.
and it works beautifully. I mean, I've done 2 of those recently, and that's for those of you that want to keep your factory radio, want to play your Bluetooth through your DSP. Get the wired remote for the Dayton 408.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I have a cheap radio on mine, just just for the volume and just for
That's
the
it.
Bluetooth transfer. And my Ground Zero does this thing, but I never liked it when people play it like directly through the DSP or Bluetooth to the DSP. I always think it sounds weird.
Yeah.
But if it's tuned that way, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Anything we're talking about don't mean shit if you tuned it like that. Like if you
Right.
if you tune it for Bluetooth, play on Bluetooth. If you tune it for plug in to the USB, plug into the USB because Bluetooth can be different. And it's like, and then if you got an Apple, that's a different phone than an Android.
Yep.
And what did they tune it on? Did they tune it on Tidal? Did they tune it on Apple Music? Like, that's a lot of that information that as an installer, as a shop, you got to explain to the customer, hey, the best sound is this. So if you put it on a radio station, it's going to be garbage, and just know that. And it's a little bit of knowledge you got to teach your customer.
Yep.
And hopefully
that music sounds better on Apple versus on Android phones.
Look, I'm gonna say Apple, but it's not true. It's whatever you do. I mean, you could play it from a little toy, Bluetooth device. It's all about the tuning, really. Honestly,
if you tune it with an Android phone, and then I play it, it's gonna be shit because it's gonna be so much louder and weird. Because I don't know the technical term, but I know that the communication between the Bluetooth, Apple's better. Yep. So it's stronger. It does whatever better. So if it's tuned to Android, use Android. But if you tune it to Apple, use Apple. It's different.
So we got some people in the comments asking about the DSP I was just talking about, and that is the Dayton 408. It's an 8-channel DSP, 4 in, 8 out. Again, if you get that the wired controller. As a matter of fact, the bike I just did, I literally took the factory Rockford Fosgate amp out, so there's no chance of it going through the radio anymore. So everything goes through the DSP no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
They just wanted to keep the radio because it has the ride command and things like that on it. So everything goes through the DSP. Super clean sound. Dayton's one of my favorites. I love that DSP. Once you learn it, it's fairly easy. Once you learn your frequencies, your speaker information, it's fairly easy to program. You just got to take your time and learn it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you start off with this question. Like Michael Turner says, "What's up, y'all? New to trying to get into the competition? How do you know what music to play? Any info would be great." So I'm gonna let you go first, and I'll tell you what I do.
Okay. So TJ made a comment yesterday when he was doing a recap on the competition from this weekend, and he mentioned that Armour Custom Works builds very musical bikes. So when I'm tuning a bike, I use a lot of songs that have instruments in them, a lot of jazz, a lot of older R&B where there were live instruments in it. That's what I use the tune to.
I'll just say all your songs, just so you know. Every single one. I watch you play, and I'm like, taking that shit. Go ahead. Okay.
But as far as what you choose to play, you have to play what sounds best in your bike. If your bike is tuned for reggaeton, play it. If your bike is tuned to play, just about anything else, get in your garage, go to a big schoolyard or a football field, and just take a couple hours and play different songs and see what sounds best. Your top 10 songs, put them on a separate playlist so you don't get confused.
Yep.
Create a whole separate playlist that says competition music, so you're not searching through and trying to find that music, and then time runs out and you just got to hit play on something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tune to jazz, I tune to live instruments, and then when I turn the bike over to the customer, I say, hey, your bike can play anything, but if you want the strongest music for a competition, this is what I suggest for your bike.
Yeah.
Now, if a customer tells me, "Hey, tune it strictly for crazy reggae tone," I'm gonna add a little more mid bass than I normally would. I'm gonna tune the sub just a little differently, but overall, I try to tune my bikes to be musically sound, and that's because since I've been like 4, I've been a musician. I played several different instruments, so music is a huge passion, and I
Mhm.
want to hear a musical bike.
You were a musician. What kind of instruments did you play?
I play keyboards, drums, bass, trombone, trumpet. I mean, I do a lot.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense with what you do now, though.
Yeah.
You just
Well,
mentioned is what you want.
with the way you like to hear it. So yeah.
Yeah.
No,
See,
it's
if
fun.
y'all would have came to Jacksonville, y'all would have got to hear me play piano at the after party.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a great time. I'm telling you, man, we had a blast.
Nice.
But
Yeah, that's what. And it definitely comes back to like how what you like to hear when it comes to the music and what you're tuning it to. Like I take mine to Brad. Brad tuned mine, and whenever you heard it the first time after I had all the right speakers and all the right things that I worked with Smitty on, and he said do this.
mm-hmm.
And so I spent the money and I did this, and Brad tuned it, and Brad tuned it to the song "Happy" from Ashanti, and that song is like wears me out. He just over and over, and there's something in that song that he's hearing that he knows what should be and shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And it sounds weird. It doesn't make any sense to me. But when he was done with it, no matter what I played was like, holy shit.
Dude, I will tell anybody. I told Brad just yesterday, every bike I've heard come out of Brad's shop can play anything.
Yeah.
It sound amazing. There are a lot of builders that, their strong suit is one particular genre of music.
Yeah.
And that's when to be honest with you, when we were doing tiebreakers and we were doing same song as tiebreakers, I loved it. Because my bikes were tuned to play anything.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people's bikes were tuned to play a certain genre. So now when you have a tiebreaker song, you can hear a huge difference.
Yeah.
But I would say this about Brad. Even his bigger bikes, Roll's bike, his bike, man, I hear some of the old school R&B that comes out those bikes, and I'm blown away.
Yeah. He has an ear. I call him golden ear, and he has you can hear his slingshots, the distinctive differences in all the sounds coming out of those speakers. They are distinctively different.
Right.
Whether it's the vocal, the treble, the hi-hats, the whatever. It's like, it's distinctively different all around the slingshot. The time alignment, it's like, it's golden. It's magical. Like he definitely puts it down. And then whenever I tell him do my highs and my mid bass, and then I take it and do my sub, because that's how my speaker boxes, and they like a certain bass note. They don't play everything that everybody's will play. So to answer the guy's question, what sounds, like you said, what sounds best in your slingshot? I start with what sounds best for my bass, and then if the mids and highs are there also, then I'll keep it. If I have a ton of bass, but my mids and highs are garbage and they don't meet what he tuned it to, and I know what they can do, then I don't use that song.
Yeah.
So if I have a song that has bass in it and it has beautiful mids and highs, then I'll use that song. Or if it has beautiful mids and highs but no bass, because of the kind of sub that I have, the sub box, I can't use that song. So like, I'm really limited to my playlist because of what my box will do to match the mids and highs. So the songs, I mean, you have to go through thousands of songs, and I don't know if people want to put that effort in there. And I'm not joking. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I imagine riding with you is guard. Like your wife can't stand riding with you in a car because it's like 30 seconds. Nope. 30 seconds. Nope. I will do that for like 5 hours straight with my earbuds in. My wife's over here listening to a book on tape, and I'm like, nope.
Right.
Nope. And then I'm like, move to competition featherweight. Nope. Move to competition. Like, it's like, and that doesn't mean it's going to work.
And Shazam is crazy, man. I could be in a grocery store and I hear something. I'm like, I wonder how that would sound. And I'll tell Cynthia, because I don't compete anymore. I'm just kind of sidelines now. I've retired. So I'll tell her. Yeah.
And I'm calling you out.
Hey, I will do that. I'll take a call out. I'll take
for old time's sake.
Yeah. But I'll hear a song anyway. I'll be like, Shazam that. See how it sounds in your bike. Because everybody says, hey, let's get new music for, the sound competitions. And I agree and I disagree. Because if it's working, play it.
It's hard to,
Yeah. So
you know, when you hit play, it's going to be amazing. You're like, dude, this song is fire. But if I experiment, that
right,
could cost me the win. So I'm not
Right.
experimenting shit. Here comes, Morning BJ, like whatever. It's just the same old shit,
yep.
but it works, and that's the
I
way
will.
it is.
I'll say this much. This year too, I want to say, I'm glad a lot of the judges are leaning more towards musical bikes than bass killers. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. Let me not put that on anybody. I just think that they're starting to lean more towards musical balance when they're judging, rather than just those killers, those just bass killers that shake the ground. And I think that's also contributing to a lot of these big bikes coming out that are musical bikes.
Yeah, yeah,
It's no longer just shake the ground and see what happens. It's hey, I hear every instrument, I hear every vocal now out of these big bikes.
yeah, yeah. No, you're right, and it's not just loud.
Right.
And that's well, even like we always talk about Brad shit that mad scientist. It's like he's got 415s, and the bass is the bass.
Yeah.
But the mids and highs are amazing. Like you're
Right.
like, holy shit! Like you're not supposed to be able to play classic rock. It's a slingshot.
He showed that bike off like crazy this weekend, man. He went from one genre to the next genre to the next genre, and I mean, it was bananas. He what song is that? It starts off saying "I love my MTV," and it comes in with a whole lot of strings and
Yeah.
Man, you talking about the
Yeah.
clearest thing I've ever heard, bro. I was just blown away.
Yep, it is. And you're right though, because I think the shock value when somebody brings out something new like Reaper, in 2019, or the Reaper in 2020 when he came out with all those horns, like holy shit, Elvin, shocked everybody. They're like,
Right.
I don't even want to be around this Slingshot. It's so loud, but it wasn't. It was loud. I'll leave it alone. It was loud. It was amazing. It was so shocked you couldn't pick it apart. And then you got Lemon Drop last year with so much bass, and it's like, holy shit, it's hard to pick this apart. Like how do you, it's loud and clean, and it's got a shitload of bass. Like where do we go? And so, and like I said, I think it really keeps pushing the envelope to make people do better. And that's what it's about.
So I got something I want to mention before I forget. So next year, myself and Big Sim from Big Sim Design, we're going to be doing a few shows on the East Coast. We're not starting a platform. Let me get that out there now.
Oh shit.
Trying to get a few shows together for everybody to come around. Have fun, compete, have a good weekend. But we're going to be introducing a new class. It's going to be a Power Wheels class. So all you fabricators out there that want to do your thing and don't want to spend tons of money on a big, huge build, we're going to be introducing a Power Wheels class.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but I got a scooter. Does that count as Power Wheels, or does it have to be like a 4-wheel Power Wheels? Because time out. I will get in on this.
Because we're scooter gang over here.
We are scooter gang.
No, we're talking about a kid toddler Power Wheel.
Okay.
I mean, all right, fine.
Yep. So go find you one. There, look, you can go to yard sale and find one anywhere. So they do have slingshots as well. So
I might have a Night Rider Power Wheel at my dad's house from 1989. I'll bring out the vintage one.
Oh yeah. So
Night Rider
we don't want to go bananas with these things and put BBLs on them and all kinds. We want to do
Well, that ain't fun.
What's gonna happen? It's gonna happen.
I will strip Rainmaker apart and put it all on the Power Wheel.
He's gonna put a TV on.
I'm gonna put a screen on the wheel.
Yes. So guys, get ready. We're gonna be introducing the Power Wheel class. Hopefully we don't have to break it up into a speaker count.
You're gonna have to eventually. Maybe not the first time.
Somebody's gonna go crazy eventually and put 40 speakers on the Power Wheel.
A trailer being pulled.
Right. They're gonna go crazy. But we want to do a little Power Wheel class. Make it family friendly. If your kid wants to come in there and press play, or you just press play. So we just want to introduce something new and fun.
So here's my question: are we going to count tweeters? Because that shit's getting carried away.
Johnathan, if you don't stop with counting these tweeters,
We are going to count. I'm going to get somebody to create a whole platform, and we're going to count tweeters. Damn it! It's going to change everything. And they're going to be like, "We should have been counting tweeters years ago." We'll be like, "I've been telling y'all this shit." Like,
so if we count tweeters in featherweight, and you only got 7 speakers, what you gonna have? 1 sub and two 6.5?
well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to have to increase your featherweight standing. So, like, 9 speakers instead of 7.
Gotcha. Okay, so just change the whole. I got you.
Yeah,
We're not counting tweeters. We're not doing that. I don't care if you have 45 tweeters. Bring them in. So
Perfect.
my understanding is Jack is now stretching Power Wheels. So
Perfect. Yep.
You know, it's gonna happen. People are gonna get ridiculous with this, and I love it. And I can't wait to see it.
just remember, Armour Custom Works brought it out. Armour Custom Works brought it out.
So, are you gonna be doing custom little baby Power Wheels?
I'm going to be getting into them.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be fun. And like I said, it'll be something for, we want to turn it into a whole family event. So, if your kid can drop the Power Wheel into the ring, have them bring it in. Of course, you can control the sound. We aren't going to get picky like that. But it's just something for the whole family to enjoy.
That's coaching.
That's coaching. Okay, so.
What if there's like a clip? You're gonna tell a little, let's say it's a 3-year-old kid pressing play. You're gonna tell him like he's disqualified.
He clipped. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Playing Baby
God.
Shark.
So,
You're gonna tell him like you clip. You gotta get out.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because here's something else we're bringing in. We're bringing in a no clip rule. No clip.
Nice.
You got 1 minute to impress the judges. I don't care if your music doesn't play for 45 seconds because an amp went out. When it comes back in at 46 seconds, you better do the best you can.
So what you're saying is, I would have had you last year in Florida if we had that rule in effect.
I'm not gonna say you would have beat me, but I'm saying, it wouldn't have counted as a DQ.
You were excited when I clipped. I'm not gonna lie, you were happy. Like,
I expected it though. As soon as your bass hits super hard,
I know.
you get happy. You go one more volume and it clips.
I knew, man. As soon as it hit, I was like, "Shit, there it is. It's gone." I knew it. It was too much.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a no clip rule. This is just at my shows. I can't speak for other people's shows. But at the shows that I'll be conducting or participating in or hosting, it's gonna be a no clip rule. One other thing I want to bring up that has been a little bit confusing, we're going to bring up as well, is the whole issues of ties. In talking with some of the people that was going to be working with me, we're going to basically, if a judge doesn't vote, it doesn't count as a tie. It counts as a no vote. And let me explain the difference between that. Right now, if you go to different platforms and 2 judges hold their paddle or don't vote, and 1 judge votes, let's say red lane, in my opinion, red lane should win because the other 2 couldn't make a clear decision. Gotcha. This is my opinion again. Let me say this is my opinion. Whereas most of the time people are saying majority rules. So those 2 people that couldn't vote, it's a tie. So I think to cut down on some of the confusion, if you consider a judge that can't make a clear decision a no vote, then let's say you have 2 no votes and 1 person votes green lane wins. Because to me, it seems like they did more to win over that vote.
I got you. Yeah.
Give me your opinion on that, Johnathan. I see you thinking on it. What you think?
No, I think it makes sense. I mean, it's yeah, because you have to vote. Yeah. Pick which one's the best. Like
right.
You're the professional. You're the judge. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You didn't vote, so you put it in the hands of other people to make the decision.
Exactly, and that was my mindset.
Yeah, you put it in the hands of other people to make the decision because you can't make the decision. So who made the decision? That's perfect. Hey, like if me and my wife want to go to Disney, and I'm like, and she's like, "We're going," then we're going.
Right.
It's a yes or no. We're gonna go. So yeah, I think it works. I know it can be controversial. People are going to be like, "That's dumb," but I think it does. It eliminates a bunch of confusion.
It does,
because you don't know who's going to vote or not vote.
Right.
You don't know who's going to vote or not vote. So you just, if you can't make a decision, but one person, or if two people can't make a decision, but one person can, then you are the professionals. Yeah. You're the judges. So I think it's very controversial, but I like it. It's kind of like the no clip rule, clip can be dumb because if your phone gets interrupted for like a half second, that's not a clip. That's a Bluetooth malfunction.
Right.
But don't get me wrong. No, I don't know if that I've benefited from that. I think it's a shitty way to win or a shitty way to go to the next round, Right. But if my amp shut off, okay, I clipped. Yeah. But a Bluetooth interruption, and I've seen many people, get disqualified because of a Bluetooth interruption that we call it a clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather see that shit catch on fire than to be called a clip.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. Exactly.
Burn that shit down. It was my amp's like, stop. It's blinking, right. It's smoking over there. Like,
hey, show off. What's up, lady? But yeah, I think those are two things that we're really going to institute next year. Again, I'm not speaking for any platforms. I'm not speaking for anyone in particular. I'm just talking about the shows that I'll be participating in and hosting. So no clip rule. I'm sorry?
The Gotham City?
Yes, Gotham City will be a no clip rule, and it'll be a if the judges can't make a decision, it is a no vote, not a tie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, you chose not to vote.
Right.
So if somebody else picks your candidate, that's on you because you chose not to vote. Yeah.
Yep. And I think it'll make it a little more simple and cut down, like you said, cut down on controversy and a lot less ties that way. So I put a lot of thought into it, talked to some folks, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like. Yeah, and then, I don't know. I think I like the idea if somebody drives, and I'm not talking from experience. Don't get me wrong. I clip at every damn event, but if you show up 20 hours later in an event and you clip, like that's a shitty way to get
that sucks, man.
Like
that sucks. That's why I'm saying
that's anybody because a lot of people have disqualified in the finals. I'm like, that sucks. That's a tough break when they probably should have won.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Moet? I see you speaking, man. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. But yeah, I think that a lot of people spend a lot of money traveling and hotels and put money into their bike, and they get there at one time and a Bluetooth interruption is called a clip. I hate that because I want to see what you can do. So we're gonna give you a minute. Do whatever you can do. Again, if the bike cuts out for 30 seconds of that minute and comes back on, you better do everything you can to impress some judges.
Yeah. Because my shit will shut off at like 57 seconds. I'm like, mother. Really?
Yeah.
Like 3 seconds left in the clip.
Yeah.
But
look at the comment that Jack just put.
Only time that one vote can hurt is if there's a judge with no matter what votes against you. And okay. I'll address that too. And that's the other thing. We've got to get some fair and impartial judges. I know it's hard because in the slingshot world, everybody's kind of they know these bikes. And I'll bring up my show in particular that we did in April. I brought in cats that didn't know anybody slingshot, but they know sound. Some of them were professional installers. Some of them worked in studios, were DJs. So I just asked them, and a lot of times if you ask these guys, hey, you want to come in? They like, what's a slingshot? Perfect. You're here. So as long as you sound and aren't deaf, I think it's a great idea to bring somebody in from the outside. And anywhere you go, you got local shops that will take a couple hours to come and judge if you put their name on the flyer. You might have to brief them, say, hey, this isn't car audio. It's not going to sound like a car. This is our expectation. We just want you to be fair, listen to everything, and make a decision. And again, this whole concept is subject to interpretation. So you can't get totally mad all the time. Is everything subject to interpretation? Johnathan might hear something I don't hear. I might hear something different he doesn't hear. So I just think that the judges that we've been using um, for a lot of these contests over the past few years, it might be time to just kind of switch some things up a little bit.
And yeah, it's it doesn't mean they're wrong, or it's just. And at first I was always like weird about somebody coming in that didn't know nothing about slingshots, but it's come to a point now where it is different. You need to get some people with fresh ears that you can, like you said it the best, is you can explain to them, hey, it's not a car, so you're not going to have this confined audio sound, and you're not going to hear this detailed quality. You're going to want to, and you're going to try to. So if you can imagine, instead of being in this car shell outside, now try to pick up those same detailed sounds and clarity out of this insane loudness, and and then judge for yourself which one was better or worse or whatever, because they're going to be loud as shit. They're going to be the loudest thing they've ever heard, because car audio shops have never heard of Slingshot. Like, they have no idea. And that's always shown by when a car audio shop does a Slingshot. They're like, dude, that's not good. And it's probably fine, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, now when they come to installs, do not don't take it to an audio shop.
And like I said, they do car audio. They do great car audio, like a lot of shops, but it's not a Slingshot. It's totally different.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you can explain to the judge, this is what we're looking for, and it's going to be fucking loud. So if you think it's distorted, then judge it against this one. Is it distorted also? Okay, cool. So you both have distortion. Which one was more detailed?
Yeah.
Now, okay, we both have shit. So which one had better along with that shit?
And that's what I told the judges when I brought them in. I said, look, don't be concerned about any other bike except those two in the ring.
Yeah.
Which one sounds better? That's what I need you to compare. Just those two at the time. The next two, compare those two. So, you don't have this pre-notion of what it's supposed to sound like. You just figure out which one of those two sound better.
Yeah, because you like different sounds than I like.
Right.
That's it. Like it's you played a T-Pain song. It was just piano, and I Shazam that shit. I forget where you played it, and I've played it a couple of times. I'm like, I don't like it. It's not for me. Like, it's not a sound that I want to hear or that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And if that makes any sense. So we listen to different things, and we and even yours is going to be tuned different than mine. When it comes to that sound, and people say, well, if you tune it, you can play a little bit of everything, and that may be true to a point, but certain things are going to be tuned different because of your ear. You
exactly.
have a sound that you're used to, that you like, and that's where it gets different. But
yeah, you're exactly right.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just now you got to compare this one against this one, individually, and you got to have people that are open to that, instead of, like you said, looking for that same old tune that they've been hearing. Like, I already know how Rose sounded. I wasn't even there, but I can tell you how it sounded.
Absolutely.
The warmth in the voice, and the mid bass, and the treble, and the tick of the tweeter, the S was like defined. Like, I already tell you that's the way it was. And just certain Slingshots, TJs, and and I know how Rob sounded. I wasn't even there because I know how Jack likes that sound to be. And so, but then that hurts me, because now I'm looking for that sound if I'm judging.
Right. And yeah, exactly, because we know what these bikes sound like, and we already know what to expect when they come in the ring. And when you don't get that, it's like wah. So I feel like definitely fresh ears. Like I said, any city you go to has at least one or two stereo shops. And a lot of times, like I said, if you tell those guys, hey, we'll put your logo on the flyer, or we'll give you a free meal while you're out there, you don't have to necessarily pay these guys. A lot of times they'll come out just for the experience and say, hey, do you mind judging? You know what I'm saying? Or don't wait till the day of and say, pull somebody out of the crowd and be like, hey, you want to be a judge? You don't even know, if they had wax in their ear that day or what,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I'll show up to an event and they're like, "Hey, are you competing?" I'm like, "Shit, I already know the next question." Like, you want to judge? Like, yeah, I'm competing, and then I won't compete. I just don't want to. I don't want to judge, man. I don't want to do that.
And earlier I said, somebody asked the question, how do you figure out what to play on your bike? And I said, play what's the strongest songs in your bike for your bike. I don't think people should be penalized if they don't play vocals. If their bike's not built for vocals and it's the strongest song they have is instrumental, they play what sounds good in their bike. You're supposed to judge what they play, not judge what you want to hear.
Yeah. And unless that's a rule.
If it's a rule, yes.
That's what makes it dumb when people say, "Well, you didn't play nothing with vocals and they did." I'm like, that's not a rule. Did you judge it, or are you just making this shit up after the fact?
After the fact, yeah.
And that's what I've heard that a couple of times. I've seen it. I'm like, there's no stipulation that says that. If they want to play something with words, good. If they don't,
I've literally heard judges say, "Well, you probably would have won if you had played something vocal." Well, that's your opinion. That's not how you judge me, And that's why I'm saying we got to have some more impartial judges that aren't familiar with, a lot of these bikes that are competing for years. I just think it would help. And again, let me say all of this. These are all my opinions. Okay, so I don't want anybody saying, "Oh, Jarrell did this." Just my personal opinions.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, that's where I know I get myself in trouble on here because I'll say something and people are like, they might get a weird opinion. It's like, no, I ain't nobody. Like shit, I don't have a platform to stand on or whatever.
Right.
I'm not making rules. It's just my opinion. It don't mean shit. It's fine. Like, and if you don't like something, then build better. Like that's it. Like Jack proved that shit. He's like, okay, you motherfuckers want to play stupid, and then there he came out and like shit, and that's what everybody now is like. Okay, you want to do something, and they're taking gas tanks out and shit, and building sub boxes on the fenders. Like, they're gonna break the mold to make new shit to do better, and that's what it is. Don't get mad when you get beat. Do better. Step up. Like figure it out. That's important. But so what do you think, Paula?
I think I can't wait for the Power Wheels class to.
Yes.
I can't wait. You said that's going to be this year or next year?
Probably going to be next year. We'll get everybody a little bit of time, but right now, every builder that's listening to this right now is like in their head right now. Like, yes, I can put a 6.5 here, an 8 here, right now.
I'm thinking about the stretch.
Challenge them. You should. This is straight up a challenge. Just be like, every shop bring out a Power Wheels.
Yeah.
Your best Power Wheels. There's no rules, no whatever.
I'm trying to figure out how I can make a trailer to tow my scooter and my Power Wheel with my Slingshot.
No, not Mr. No Trailer. No trailer means no trailer.
I'm going to be on the Slingshot, though. Trailer and my scooter.
Wait, we have one. I'm going to pull it up. Continue. Where's the Grinch? He has a trailer attached to his Slingshot with a little baby Power Wheels.
Yeah, I saw him in South Carolina last year.
No, well, he's from here. I'm going to find it, and I'm going to post it somewhere.
Rob is crazy. Rob said he already ordered his Power Wheels from Amazon. It'll be here Friday.
Perfect. I'm about to look on Amazon my damn self. Like, really, Amazon?
It'll be called the Little Game Changer.
This is, wow, the Little Game Changer. Wow.
Little Game Changer.
Little Game Changer.
So now I'm conflicted because I've got like some lithium cells and like 4 amps for my scooter.
Oh God.
But maybe I just do all lights on my scooter and then do my Power Wheel.
You gonna put the lithium in the Power Wheel, man?
Maybe so. Like do like a 6-pack on the floor. Wait, do they have to be driven in, or can
same rules? You got to drive them in.
I got to pedal it in. Okay, is it powered or is it a pedal?
Well, see, the one that I'm going to be working on right now is for my granddaughter. She's not even 2, so she can't really control it, but it's remote control, so I can actually remote control drive it in. Okay. So that's going.
So we get like a Jeep or a slingshot or
whatever it is. It just got to be Power Wheels.
Because see, my wife's been trying to get me to work on her Jeep that we got. So maybe I'll just get a Power Wheel Jeep and be like, I'm working on the Jeep.
You're working on the Jeep.
I just don't tell her which Jeep.
Look, here it is. I found it, and he has it wrapped just like it's his granddaughter's. Let me see. Can you guys see that? Hold on.
I can see a little bit of it. Oh, wow.
That's perfect.
That's bananas.
Yeah, so that's his slingshot with the baby slingshot in the back, and it's got a little bit of sound and a little bit of lights to match his sling, and it's pretty cool.
I know there's one out there in Atlanta, TKT, I think it is.
Yes.
No, he's got the rose gold one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
gotta hold this.
Here's an opportunity. I'm putting it out there now. It's a challenge for everybody. Bring them.
Is there going to be belts, like mini belts? Oh my God, I can't.
We might have to do that. That's going to be,
We need a big ass belt for like
look,
oversized.
I got the baby trophy already.
My God.
I was looking for, I thought that was the Who Did It Better trophy. I'm like, wait a minute.
Not the Who. Oh, yeah. I missed that photo challenge, man. I was out of town, I think, and I couldn't get in my slingshot.
We're gonna revamp it for Memphis Madness. We're definitely gonna be doing the pose off.
All right. Look, y'all might not want to take no pictures of me in Memphis Madness, man. I'll be pouring sweat and dirty and.
Man, it is so humid in Memphis. Like it's gonna be hot. Like you better bring generators and big ass fans.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And it's in
August.
It was somebody I wanted to speak to that made a comment earlier. I'm scrolling back through, so y'all give me a second here. My man in Chicago, I can't think of his right name right now. I'm getting ready to look it up here. He's got a show in July that he's working on up there. I know you hear me talking. So no, not Moet. I'm bad with names, man. That's why I got a tattoo of my name, because if I didn't have it, I wouldn't remember it.
Perfect.
Ryan McPherson. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a show in Chicago near the end of July.
That's him and Moet. They're doing that one.
Okay, Moet's going up there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I've talked to him a little bit. I forgot what I owe you either, Ryan. I got to get that information to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was talking to Moet about that one. It's like I'm not going to be able to make it. I've got Memphis on my schedule and Dallas, and literally that's it. So
man, and that's the thing, man. It's like you want to go all these shows, and unfortunately, you got to pick and choose which ones you go to, because my pockets ain't like that.
Now, we were talking about that earlier. If I could go to every single show and make this just my life, I would. But my lottery tickets just don't win. So I can't do every
They're
single
not working. Yeah.
You gotta play number 12. That's what it is.
Man, my schedule's been tied up because we just moved to another house, and I'm like, she's trying to get another job. I'm like, come on, man, like I'm trying to make a schedule here to go places, but I can't because we might be moving again. I don't even know yet. So she makes the rules. I just kind of hang out and see what she wants to do.
It's crazy because owning your own business is like you think you're gonna have some time to yourself. Nah.
No. Nope. No.
There's something going on.
Yeah.
I mean, a little more time, yes.
There might be a Monday morning or Monday I wake up and be like, you know what, that slingshot, I might be able to wait another 4 hours, and I might go fishing. But other than that, it's like that shop every day.
Yeah. Sundays, Saturdays. Like I've got 4 people on Messenger I got to respond to, and it's like I'm terrible. It's like I'm gonna do it, but then it's like it's getting late, so I'm tired. And then if I call them and we're gonna be on the phone for an hour, I'm like, oh my God, I'll do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow I'll get busy.
I've been working on trying to get a balance though. I try not to stay at the shop too late, and Saturdays and Sundays I try not to work, but every now and then there's some Saturdays where you got to go in just to catch up, or I don't like missing deadlines, so I go in there on a Saturday sometimes if I have to do something.
That's important though, man. Like that's one of the things that when you say you're gonna do something, you do it, and that's it. If you can do it, you say you can do it. If you can't do it, say you can't do it. And people, I would rather tell somebody no and not take your money than to tell you yes and not deliver. And I just can't. So it makes more
It
sense.
is, man. What's blowing my mind really about my business over the past year is, you know, Florida has a large slingshot community, way more than we think, honestly. But the business that I get from out of state is amazing, man. It's like I
Yeah.
never thought we'd be at this point already, where I have people literally driving their slingshot 6 hours and flying back home for me to do, what I do to them. So it's like God has blessed me tremendously, way more than what I thought it would be at this point.
Mm-hmm. That's good, man. That's real good to hear because, I mean, it's tough. It's tough out there for small businesses. And, I mean, inflation is real. It's like shit is more money, like wood is doubled in price. Like that shit is not, it's not like it was a couple of years ago. So that's it. Watching your dollars and, doing. I think at the end of the day, if you do good work, then you can charge what you need to charge to continue to do good work. And
Nothing. Continue. Sorry, I was going to say something stupid.
I don't even want to know.
No, I was just going to say, here we are talking about money and inflation and all that, but we have a big toy, a big adult Power Wheels sitting in our garage, and you have two of them. You have one with a big ass TV on it. Inflation hit nobody right now in the community. All right, I don't want to hear it. People are spending crazy.
Yeah, you spend money on and I tell everybody I don't go to work just to pay bills. I go to work to enjoy my life at some point.
Have fun, yeah.
So, and that's it. Let me bring this way off the subject. A lot of people would love to go out and buy an RV. You're looking at $300,000. So I'm gonna just throw this out there. I'm not getting paid to do it, but if you ever just want to take an RV trip, just to experience, go on RVshare.com. Mm-hmm. These are how private owners pay for their RVs. They rent them out when they're not using them. So RVshare.com, you can go on there. You can put in a whole bunch of filters. You pay $100 to $300 a night. They'll deliver it. They teach you how to use it. You just go out, have a good time, find you a nice RV resort to go hang out on. It's a blast, man. It's something different. You don't own one and you don't want to buy one right now, but you want the experience. RVshare.com is amazing.
So when are we going to pull up like RV'd up then?
I've been thinking about it, bro. I thought about Memphis. I'm thinking about.
We're going to have like an RV show because we're going to all pull up and shit and have, pull the canopies out, set up our speakers. Like, hey.
Right. And if I own an RV, that's another thing. Every time, and I know you think like this too, Johnathan. Every time we buy something, we're like, how can I hook this up?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't even know if I want to step into that rent. I'm already got ideas for my trailer bananas. And I'm like, okay, can't do it.
Well,
no, it can be never ending.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just to piggyback off what you literally just said, how you get something. You have a granddaughter who's 2 years old. You're already adding her in a class. Like you're already making her to compete.
So what's funny? She loves the slingshots. Like she'll get in it. She'll say slingshot, and she'll ride around. And then like she'll go in the garage and hop in Cynthia's slingshot, and she'll be like, I don't want to get out. So she loves them. It's crazy, but you're right. We spend money on what we want to spend money on, definitely.
Yeah. No, you're right. It is. It's my wife's been on me to do her Jeep, and I'm just like, I don't want to just throw some shit in there. I want to make it nice. It's got to be like super nice and like kind of stealth. And I got all these ideas, so it's like I don't even know where to start because I want to make it a certain way. Where it's not like a slingshot where I just throw the shit on there. Which she don't care. I could just throw it in there and she would love it. But in my mind, it's like I want to do it different. Let's do it better.
There is a particular company I deal with out of Florida that makes everything there is for Jeep. I'm sure you know who they are. So yeah, anything you want for Jeep, they make it.
I've been looking at it. I'm like, some of them are not bad. So I don't know. We'll see.
I just put a sound bar in one for 4 8s and 4 tweeters.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ridiculously loud, bro.
Yeah, she's got the 18, the JL. So, and the JL snaps all in, and it's like factory looking. It's pretty. It's not like an add-on. It looks like it's supposed to be there. So I might do that. I just saw that the other day, and I'm like, I could do that and be done. It's perfect. She'd love it.
Somebody said, does the RV pull the sling trailer? You can pull any trailer with the right size RV. Ask Jack.
Yeah,
Jack's got what, a 350 van front end jack? I think maybe a F350, and pulls that 24-footer with it. It might be 28-footer.
I know Anthony Duncan with Blue 2, he drives his RV everywhere, tows a Slingshot. They got matching RV and Slingshot trailer.
He competed this weekend, man. His bike looks crazy. I love the colors on the bike, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It's real nice.
Nice.
I was gonna make a comment like, what's up with everybody blowing tires out on these trailers, man? Y'all need to be.
No, I didn't want to jinx myself, so I never brought it up.
I'm like, what the like? Team No Trailer don't have that problem, and I know I've been needing a tire for like a year, and I'm just.
Yeah.
Now I did have to buy a radio in Arkansas. I got rained on. My radio went out, so I had to go to Walmart, and I hooked up the $80 radio. But I ain't never blown a tire out on the Slingshot. I'm just saying. So Team No Trailer, let's get on. Let's do this because Brad and him blowing tires, and then
twice.
Jason had to help hook somebody up to fixing a tire, and I'm like, every weekend.
I think Jack blew one on the way to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Dude,
So,
I literally pray every time I get on the highway. I'm like, please don't. So
I'm just like, man, this is Team No Trailer. We don't have these problems.
Yeah.
Shit.
We
got kicked off.
Yeah, hey, you don't have those problems, but we also stay dry. So
that's true. I mean, that's true. That's true. It is nice and warm if it's winter, or if it's summertime. It's like you keep blowing in your face.
I just do not understand how 95% of the time when you get on the highway it rains, bro. I don't understand that.
You can't even make that shit up. Like, it sounds like I'm just being funny or I'm just making shit up, but it's gonna happen.
We see the videos. We know it's the truth.
Yeah. As soon as I'm like, son of a bitch, here we go. Here it is. They're not gonna believe me, and then I gotta like screenshot the storm on top of the blue dot, just so if somebody questions me, I'm like, look, man, it's right here.
I'm like, every time this cat gets on the highway, it's crazy.
Perfect. Like, I haven't been driving my Slingshot lately. I'm like, I'm gonna drive it to work. Like, no. It'll fucking rain. As soon as I get to the shop, it'll be a downpour. I'm like, no. Leave it in the garage.
There you go.
But, well, man, Jarrell, we really appreciate you coming on for sure, man, telling us about your business, and, good luck on all your success in the future, man. I think that's pretty badass, and, I like what you're doing with the sport, keeping it humble, keeping it simple, and, the featherweights is for the little guy. That's what it's about. And, I know eventually you'll be like, man, they only know me as a featherweight, but I can make big ones too. But
and you know what? I said that to myself, but I can build anything, but that's where my passion is, And as a businessman, being a one-man shop, for me to have to shut down the shop for like 3 weeks to build a bigger bike just doesn't make
sense.
Yeah.
No. And it is, you're right. It's more fun when you could tell them, hey man, I'm gonna do this with 7 speakers, and you're gonna be freaked out. And they all have friends and shit that have way more speakers, and they're like, all right, I guess I'll trust this guy, see what he can put together. And then you put together this monster with half the speakers, and it sounds 10 times better.
Yeah,
that by itself is phenomenal.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah,
when we pull up next to somebody and they got 14, 15 speakers because they went to some car audio shop that doesn't know what they're doing, and they paid twice as much as we have. It brightens my day, actually.
No, it makes you feel good. Yeah. Well, man, absolutely, man. Appreciate it a lot, Jarrell. What's the next event you said you're going to? Let's recap.
The next event I think will be at maybe Memphis Madness, but we were thinking about Charlotte and Atlanta as well. So just kind of got to play it by ear, but definitely will be at Memphis Madness. Again, look us up, Armour Custom Works. Look, if you want to make your appointment to get your Big Animal LED kit, 30 pieces, includes everything you need. Please reach out to me, Armour Custom Works on Facebook. You can even reach me on my personal Jarrell Armour on Facebook, and let's get your appointment set up.
Perfect, man. We appreciate it, Jarrell. I'll see you in Memphis, man. Definitely.
Yes, sir. All right.
Take it easy.
All right.
So we want to make sure we shout out our next guest coming up next week is going to be Pete with AP Audio Industries.
Well, let's see if we have a job next week, because I'm looking at the group chat here, and I guess we're gonna get kicked out as hosts.
It's possible, man. It's possible. They're gonna, because TJ and Rob, man, they do good. Like they're all like, well, you know what I like, TJ. You know, Rob is all like, you know, I like to see. He's got like that voice. I can't mimic his voice yet. I got to hear it a few more times.
Like a raspy voice.
Yeah.
In his big ass theater, in my little office here, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my live downstairs next by the fireplace, so I can be like Rob. Yeah. But so next week we got Pete with AP Audio Industries, API. He sells some badass speakers. He still does some badass work. So me and Pete, I think we started the DJ battle, you know, years ago. So we'll talk about that. That was pretty badass. We did that in Corpus Christi, and then the next weekend on the 24th. The next Monday, I should say, on the 24th, we got Jimmy with SS Takeover. I guess Ted bumped me. We were going to do me with Flex Style Design, but Ted said, no, we're going to have real guests. So I think I'm getting fired as an admin, and he don't even like my business. So fucking Ted. He's.
Oh, no. Well, I guess it's just me now.
I know, right? It's like, oh, hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Paula with the. Well, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Definitely check us out on Facebook. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and
Instagram, guys.
Soundspot.
Yeah, Instagram too.
It was good talking to you again, Paula, and we'll see you on next Monday.
Peace out.
All right, we'll see you.